Let's get into this conversation now. National Police Commissioner General Fannie Masemola is warning criminals of zero-tolerance approach coming this festive season. He's revealed that more officers will be sent to crime-hit provinces like Gauteng and the Western Cape. The Commissioner joining us this evening for a conversation. Commissioner, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Let's start with the extortion hotline. There are those who are pessimistic, Commissioner, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to launch straight into our conversation. There are those who say hotlines are not really that effective in order to bring in the people who are doing all the wrong things in our communities. If anything, it is the community that the police needs to get on their side in order to see more successes. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Thanks, Coli, and your viewers and listeners. Well, police cannot work alone. We need the society to work together, not only on the festive season, but right across as we combat crime.
And so, is it your experience that hotlines, as you launched one today, are effective in fighting crime? Because there are experts who say international experience tells us that not really.
Remember, Toli, it is not the hotline is not our strategy. We do have our own strategy in terms of fighting extortion, which all provincial commissioners across the country, they do have plans, we have teams. I'm sure you have seen what the teams are doing in terms of the successes that they achieved, the confrontations they have with the people. So we do have teams that are doing intelligence-led operations, looking for these specific criminals that are doing extortion.
Yeah.
But however, as an addition, we have this toll-free hotline, which we also have one for Western Cape, one for Eastern Cape, because it was arrived too much there. So all we are saying is just an extra measure that, remember, as much as we talk a lot about extortion as the society, the number of cases that has been reported to South African Police Service for extortion are very minimal. So it is another way of encouraging people to come forward and stay anonymously and report in terms of what is happening, where and what. Give us a full, complete report so that then we can go and investigate and follow this specific reports. It's not the only means that we have put out there.
Yeah.
No, we have got other means. This is just an addition.
Commissioner, you'll tell me if I'm wrong here. It would seem that one of the units that is key in fighting extortion-related cases is your crime intelligence unit. How effective is that unit at the moment?
Well, crime intelligence, they are effective in other areas. Here we haven't yet got too much, but there is intelligence that they've already given in some of the operations. I'm sure you have seen the number of takedowns where they did supply intelligence. But of course, I must say that, as I said, there's few cases that has been reported. Hence, a lot of people don't come out to report this crime. And some people, they go along with this crime. They start by paying. And when these criminals, extorters, increase the rate, at some point they say, no, now I can't keep up paying. Now I'm going to report to the police. So those are the few that I'm saying they are reporting. But yes, crime intelligence, they do succeed in getting for us some of these reports. That's where you have seen we have dealt with these criminals. But I can't say we are totally out there. We know currently as to who's extorting who. No, currently not. But we are working towards that.
How is crime intelligence fighting and working optimally, particularly when it comes to crimes such as extortion, when you have two major generals that appear to be at each other's throats? I'm talking about Major General Firoz Khan against Major General Dumsani Khumalo. What is at the core of the dispute?
Coli, let me correct you there. If you say they are, let me correct you there when you say they are they are up on each other's throat. It is not the case. The Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, just like any other commander, did receive a report, which that report normally, the IPIT report is received by myself as the National Commissioner. Then obviously through the Human Resource Management, that report is sent to the commander of whoever employee that is alleged that he have done 1, 2, 3. And it is that commander's responsibility to take steps against the employee if there is, of course, a misconduct that has been done. And of course, we just not take the report and say that is finality, you are wrong or whatever. No, no, no. We appoint what you call an investigator that will compile a report for the supervisor. And once you receive that report, that's when you're going to initiate steps. So to say that the Major General is up against this other general, well, maybe in the public space it looks like that, but the supervisor have just done what is expected of a supervisor, which everywhere in all forums, we are always told we must do what is necessary in terms of disciplining staff. And he's just doing exactly that. It is not the first report that we receive. Every month I receive report from all or whatever ranks that are accused of misconduct. And these reports are disseminated to the relevant supervisors of those members to handle the disciplinary steps. And this is exactly what happened.
All right. So if we take your logic, Commissioner, what you are saying to us is that what Major General Dumsane Khumalo is doing is merely following due process. But there are reports suggesting that his security clearance, as in Major General Khumalo's security clearance, may be fraudulent. Is that true?
Koli, is a big lie. It's a real big blue lie. There's nothing like that. He went through, remember, some people want to achieve certain, I don't know what they want to achieve. His security clearance was done properly, and it was done in a proper way. It was initiated over a number, I'm sure they told you that, no, he got it in 5 days' time, which is, I would almost say it's utter nonsense, but it's actually that. He applied many years ago, the process ran and it ended up somewhere, and he happened to be given that security clearance. So those is just a gossip, it's not true.
Final question, Commissioner. On the case of the spaza shops and the purported poisoning that is alleged to be coming from these spaza shops. Late last week, there was an announcement that 4 people were arrested for being in possession of an illegal chemical or substance. Subsequent to those arrests, today an announcement came to say those 4 were released. Are you able to tell us the circumstances for why they were released?
Well, Koli, I did get a report, yes, that the team that were formed by the Minister of Health, which consisted of all departments, including police, yes, these 4 people were arrested for having, they say, having a fertilizer or a farm feed or agriculture remedy which they were not permitted to have it without being registered. And as a result, they were advised by the relevant department that, because remember, these ones were found in possession. So they were given, apparently, they were given a fine and they were released. It's because they were found in possession. It's not to say it's the one that gave it to the children at Naledi. But however, our inquest in terms of investigation is still going on. They are still part of the investigation. They are not part of the, it's just that they were found in possession. So remember, for now, there is no direct link between these people and whatever that was fed to the kids, which we might not know exactly what it is now, except I'm sure if the Department of Health can explain thoroughly that.
Yeah.
So that's basically where we are, Toli.
Commissioner, it would be remiss of me not to ask you this question. I'm letting you go. Whilst we talk about this then, as you say, at the moment, there is no direct link between the deaths of the children, the 6 children, and the spaza shops that are being run at the moment. What is your message to the community, especially because there is this animosity, particularly towards these spaza shops that are run by foreign nationals? What's your message to the community?
My message to the community, if I had those powers, Toli, I would say stop people to go and buy from spaza shop, buy from formal shops, because in spaza shop, we do not know what probably might be there or what might be put in there. So I would say, yes, let's buy from formal shops, because up to so far, well, we as I said, we're investigating this, but one get rumors that they put this thing to kill rats. Well, there is, in certain areas, there is infestation of rats, but that, obviously, if one wants to kill rats, you must do it in such a way that you don't go and buy highly poisonous substances and put amongst food. So the various departments out there are doing inspections at these spaza shops. But my message will be just avoid the spaza shop.
So avoid buying from spaza shops at the moment, I guess, up until the authorities are able to verify for certain that this chemical is not coming from these spaza shops. Is that your messaging?
Yeah, yeah, up to until it's verified. But at the same time, remember, also various municipalities and their Department of Environmental Affairs, they need to, spaza shops should comply to certain bylaws in terms of how you package your goods in your shop, which currently I don't think is orderly, where they package everything on top of everything. It's not a criminal offense for police to act, but for those departments that are concerned with the health of people, should be taking steps to make sure that they comply with basic certain prescripts as to how they should conduct themselves in business.
That's a very strong message coming from a national police commissioner, that for the time being, perhaps people should avoid buying from spaza shops. Commissioner, I want to thank you very much for your time tonight. The National Police Commissioner, Major General Fannie Masemola.